From top fuel to pro mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
It's going to be the second installment of the Fuel Tech Man Cup 2025 series. We're here at Alabama International Dragway, one of the quickest tracks in the world, in the nation, in any way of looking at it. We're going to have a complete weekend of amazing racing here for you on two wheels. And you sit tight because I'm going to take you through it all. We're going to study Fuel Tech products. We're going to study the racers. We're going to study the racing. We're going to study the crews, the people, the families that make this all happen. It's all for you here on Hollywood Drag Racing, Man Cup, Round 2, 2025, Alabama International Dragway, brought to you by none other than Fuel Tech, because it's everywhere.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Look at this, huh?
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. climbing every mountain, topping every peak, until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
NHRA superstar Richard Gadsden in the Fuel Tech lane on the Dalton Perry machine, and Tyrone Lemons out of Atlanta. He's in the Pro Max lane. Couple big CC Nitro Suzukis right here. Looks like we're going to only have 2 contestants this round. We're moving them in. Both riders away clean. Hanson all the way, 411, 169 mile per hour, 452 at 151, off pace for Tyrone by his standards. Richard Gadsden, number 1 so far. And we've got Robinson Industries Pro Open moving to the line. Couple veteran riders, Rob Giard, Fuel Tech lane, turbocharged Kawasaki, former national champion with Man Cup many time over. And Jeffrey Hill. Jeffrey the Thrill Hill. He's in the right lane, and he's your current points leader in the category. Excuse me, he is holding down second in the category. He is second in points, but looking to move up. Both riders moving in. This is a category where there are no rules. Just run as much as you got. Hill away and gone, clean. Rob with trouble, 416, good pass for Hill. It's one of Hill's better laps of the year. Rob Giard, 542. And not up to Rob's standards, but he'll get there. Jeffrey Hill, 416. And it looks like we'll be moving into Hollywood Drag Racing Pro Ultra 460 action. Pro Ultra 460, this is a 460 fixed index for you in the 8th mile. Oh, Pete Hubbard back out with the raw deal. Good to see Pete back in action, and Scotty Samish in the right lane. Samish on his Kawasaki. Reed Hubbard on a big Suzuki. Big burnouts by both riders. The track was giving it up all day long in 460. A lot of the riders were breaking out, and the conditions are even better. And the racetrack in tip-top shape here at Alabama International Dragway. Probably going to have a number of breakouts in this first round. Ultra Sportsman, you can bring him to 3. Ultra Sportsman to lane number 3, please. Ultra Sportsman, load him in lane 3 for your first qualifier. And here we go in Ultra 460. Hubbard to the good with a 469, 455. Scotty Samish breaking out by 5. Matt Smith in the right lane. I have the rider credentials just yet in the left lane. Matt Smith reporting broke. .471, good clean lap. We got a little bit of smoke up on the top end. May need to check that out. A little bit of smoke up on the top end there. Yeah, just double check. The track staff going to double check that left lane out of safety concern. And once again, I do need my Ultra Sportsman riders to lane 3. And Super Comp can bring it to lane 4. Super Comp can come to lane 4. Ultra Sportsman, you'll be first up out of lane number 3.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Both riders experiencing a little bit of difficulty doing the burnout. Bob Mann may have hurt his clutch severely. We'll see what Brandon Elliott's got. The watchful eye of Doug Frierson. Bob Mann searching for the gear to put it in to get it aimed and ready to go. Bob Mann backing that off probably very wisely to limit the damage there. Struggled to get it up on the tire in the burnout. It just tore the clutch up. Brandon Elliott, smooth and straight. 463. 463, your new leader in the clubhouse, Brandon Elliott. Next up, John Crackalici, Clearwater, Florida, right side. And Brian Barbed Wire Smith, left lane. Ultra Sportsman, I need you riders to lane number 3. Ultra Sportsman, lane 3. Gone. 453, too quick. 455, too quick. Pair of too quicks. Both riders too quick. Mac McAdams coming down from Maryland on the beautiful General Lee entry. He's in the Pro Max lane. Just watch the pair ahead of him breaking out. He broke out all day during testing, probably scratching his head, wondering what it's going to take to back this machine down enough to go 460. Suzuki in the left lane. Both riders are in. Great pair right there. McAdams 465, 460. 8 in the left lane. I think the next pair is going to be Mantez Sr. He's in the Fuel Tech lane. Go. 464, 463, great pair. At 463, vying for the top spot with Brandon Elliott's going to come down to the 3rd digit. Cody Thomas, left side. Cody Thomas, left side. And I think that's Jamar Watkins on the right side, but not certain of that until we get the data populated into the machine. .453, too quick. 477 to the good for Cody Thomas. Josie Brooks, left side. .464, left side, 455. Too quick. Ultra Sportsman riders, you should be loaded and ready to go in lane 3. You'll be next on the racetrack. Ultra Sportsman out of lane number 3, please. Super Comp, let's put them in lane 4. And Top Gas, lane number 5 is open for you. Mike Lingo, the Alabama runner, in the Fuel Tech lane. And that's Tyrone Lemons doing double duty. He just went down in Pro Mod. Mike with trouble as well. Trouble with Tyrone. Both riders making legal qualifying runs, so that's kind of what matters. They're on the good side, and this looks like a Wheeler versus Wheeler. Wow, Wheeler versus Wheeler, all the way down from Kentucky to do this. Got this one, dad or son? It's dad's got this one. 460 with a 0. 460 with a 0 for Deshaun. Something not running clean down there. That one Still musters a 538 at 97 mile per hour. Matt Smith getting very close to that right side wall, but not contacting. It goes a 485. Have to come back and make adjustments to do better tomorrow. Got a couple grudge candidates here. This will be clocks off. Hope you bring enough type of situation. And then we'll go into Ultra Sportsman, please. Ultra Sportsman should be in 3. Clocks off, test hit. We moved into Ultra Sportsman.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
All right, and that's it for first round action in Ultra Sportsman. We're going to go into a 5-minute courtesy hold before we start Super Comp. Super Comp, you'll be next up. You'll be followed up by Top Gas behind it.
From Top Fuel to Pro Mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
Wow, look at this, huh? Wow, look at this, huh?
From Top Fuel to Pro Mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
And we've got MTC Engineering Super Comp action. Santi Rodriguez left lane. Champion. 564. 564 is a pair. Good little drag race right there. Smith family left side. Looks like Richard Holder in the right lane this time. Ooh, 543 a bit quick. 555 also too quick. That racing surface is working all day and into the night here. Smith, left side, looks like Dwayne Schmidt Jr. on the right lane. Randy goes red. 569 for Randy. Looks like a too quick 558 for Schmidt. .562 for Michael Smith. Taylor Harper in the right lane, and clocks got cleared too quick. That looks like a 560 on the board there. Too quick in the right lane. 560 in the left lane, looking good. .554 too quick. 5. Got some good drag racing there in MTC Engineering Super Comp. We'll go into a brief hold before we bring out our Kenneth R. Schwartz Law Group top gassers.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
My name is Mantez Thompson Jr. and I live in Decatur, Alabama. I've been racing since I was 14 years old on the motorcycles, but all together I've been racing since I believe I was 6 years old with junior drag. My granddad, my great-granddad, my granddad, my uncle, and my dad, they all race. My dad has raced on the professional level. And shoot, ever since I was a baby, I've been around it, loved it, dreamed it, sleep it, everything. My most memorable race, I would say, might have been my first ever event win on Chucky. I was in Crossville, Tennessee 2021, and I ended up winning on Top Gas against arguably one of the greatest Top Gas racers ever, Joe Dick. My greatest accomplishment in general will be, I say, winning on this bike, man. I wouldn't say I faced too many major challenges in racing, but overall, just me with my height, you know what I'm saying, I'm not afraid to say I'm 4'9". So, you know, playing sports throughout middle school, high school, you know what I'm saying, I was always looked past because, you know what I'm saying, I was so short, I wasn't as tall as everybody else. So, you know, being able to come out here and race, it shows that any
B20T will come up right behind Top Gas. Top Gas can move them to the puddle.
Look at two-stroke drag bikes. Back in the day, and of course I'm old enough to remember when they were quite a force, they still are, but they used to be so numerous. And I like to call them chainsaws on acid, because with these big chambers on them and the snarling, you know, pulse per revolution that they make, they have a sound like no other out there. And, you know, speaking of big chambers and a whole lot of barking, snarling noise, Dave Boyd, tell us a little bit about what's going on here with this Kawasaki H2 of an old style. Kawasaki's got a bike they call an H2 today. It's nothing like this.
Yes, this is a 1972 based engine, and the chassis was actually built by Sam Wills, the top fuel racer. He built 3 H2s back in the 90s, and these are 2 of them. We didn't even know each other.
That's historical, actually.
Yeah, and we didn't know each other. I bought this one out of a man up in Michigan, and then I met Mark, who has one of the sister bikes to this. The engine was built by Doug Flannery of Michigan, Flannery Motorsports. He's a two-stroke guru, so to speak. And he built the chambers, and he ported the cylinders and heads are from a man in Germany.
Pretty significant. You know, it's a wild thing to see this because, you know, when we look at an engine like this, we don't really understand what's going on here. If you're used to valves and cams and all those extra pieces that need, this is like some sort of internal combustion alchemy. It does all of the same things as a valve bender engine, but without anywhere near as many pieces. It does it through concepts known as
Couple breakouts right there. The racetrack working outstanding for these Top Gas riders. Great mix of motorcycles out there. We've got street tire, no bars. We got traditional entries. I see the champs out there. Heather Baldy coming in from Missouri. It's her dad out on the starting line, a few pair ahead. Should be watching him to get a tune-up. Oh, it looks like the bike in the right lane may have broke. Right lane has broke. Away clean. Good lap for him, 5:14. Right down Broadway. Mike Wagner. Good leadoff pass for him. Looks like a 5:41, 134. Through there. He's got 5 flat and a 5:13, a good lap in the right lane. Heather Baldy, left side. Too quick for Heather. Too quick on the right side as well. Both riders going under. Mike Lingo next up in the left lane. Lingo too quick, 5:11, outstanding run in the right lane. V20T, I need you to lane 3. Street ET to lane 4, and Pro ET can bring you to lane 5, please. Pro ET to lane 5. right, and that's Top Gas put to bed here for the first session. We're going to move into our ET categories with a time run for all 3 ET categories, starting with V-twin ET, moving to Street ET, and finishing up with Pro ET. And then we'll go into qualifying round number 1 for Super Eliminator. And our Super Eliminator riders will be calling you guys to lane number 3 briefly.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best, climbing every mountain, topping every peak, until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Low battery warning.
V-twin ET time runs are concluding.
Take off.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best, climbing every mountain, topping every peak, until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Ah, look at this, huh?
From top fuel to pro mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard, fuel injection, timing control, Boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of FuelTech's features. Learn more about what FuelTech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
My name is Ariel Carter Cross. I live in Conyers, Georgia. I'll be racing Street ET and Ultra Sportsman, which is also known as Street Fighter. What inspired me to start racing was my husband, Randall Cross, we're known as Cross Performance. So he got me into racing. Well, I started racing with my father, but once I married him, he kind of got me more into it, racing every weekend, built me a bike, and I just been loving it ever since then. One of my most memorable races, I would probably say it would be right after I had my son. I went to the finals, and it was either Street ET or Ultra Sportsman. And so it was a big accomplishment just coming out from having a baby and then winning the race, coming runner-up. My greatest accomplishment, I would have to say, would be to be able to just racing, actually be competitive in the class, to go rounds. Some of the major challenges I have faced, I would probably say it would be actually just learning the bike, going over new setups, basically just getting the hang of racing. Because I have hit the wall, sideswiped the wall, and so coming back from that and just going harder, I would say that's probably like a major. Something about myself that I think fans will be surprised about. One is to have a female that's racing, but I would probably say something that my fans will probably be surprised about is that I can race my bike and be able to compete with some of the big dogs.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see FuelTech everywhere.
Wow, look at this, huh?
From top fuel to pro mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
Pro ET time runs moving through here. And if we are going to have any qualifiers in our Super Eliminator, I do need you guys and gals to lane number 3, please. Super Eliminator, lane number 3, if you're going to make a qualifier tonight. Final call for Super Eliminator, lane number 3. Final call, Super Eliminator, lane number 3. We're down to the very unique entries of Super Eliminator is going to be it. That's going to put a period on today's activities at the J Squared Nationals. here at Alabama International Dragway. Great day of testing. Qualifying and time runs is about 3 pair from being over. The wild machines of Super Eliminator are going to finish it off. Lots of 2-strokes.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Alex Hughes, how quick can he go? They're moving in. There we go, down through there. 512. 590 out of Kevin Hutchinson. Great job for both of those riders. And the staging lanes are closed. Super Eliminator will be the end of the show tonight. So no more runs tonight. The lanes have closed. There are no more runs for tonight. Once we finish with Super, we'll be done. I'm going to check the racing surface here, ensure that it's 100% perfectly safe before we send another motorcycle down. The track staff very quickly on that matter. Jumped right on it. Make sure everything's absolutely right before we send them down through there. Couple more pair of Super Eliminator entries. Really, really cool stuff out there in Super Eliminator.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Oh, that unmistakable scream. 3-cylinder Kawasaki engine. Burning that castor oil. 2-stroke engine. All right, final bike taken to the track today here. An outstanding job by the Alabama International Dragway staff, keeping that racetrack tip-top shape for you guys and gals all day and night long. After the precipitation we had this morning, they got it in fine working order, and we got some good times out of it tonight. A lot of breakouts in Ultra 460 leads you to believe it's quick. And that is it. Thank you for tuning in to the Friday activity here at the J Squared Nationals.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
top fuel to pro mod, FuelTech has the perfect solution for your bike. FuelTech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of FuelTech's features. Learn more about what FuelTech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.